the counselors are, of course, going to need to meet with their students, and we came up with a method that we think is the best way for that to take place. Susanna will explain a little more about it, but we're just going to show you the technical side. So what counselors are going to do is they're going to create a meeting in Google Calendar. So they'll go to Google Calendar, they'll have created a meeting like this, and they'll have a little message in there. It's going to say, I need to meet with Nicole about a schedule change or whatever the topic is, or just I need to meet with them. I'm sending you this to you and the teacher. So in this example, we pretended that Nicole was Meet Patel, and that the teacher of record was Susanna Nikachuk. We're asking them to send it to both parties, and explains that this is going to take place. The student will get this. They'll be able to say yes, no, or whatever. And then off to the side, you'll have the option to say yes, no, or maybe. So these meetings are for the guidance counselor and for the student. The reason why we think it's a good idea for the teacher to have that information is that, let's say you've got a class at 2 o'clock and a student needs to leave the room or is not in the room because that's when the meeting took place. It's good for you to have a record that that's actually why they're not there. It's not that they're absent for that moment, but rather they're in a class. They're in a meeting with a guidance counselor. So let's pretend that I'm a guidance counselor for a moment, and I'll set up a meeting. And I'll send it to Nicole, who's the teacher. So I'm going to say, meet, I'll do another one. Vikram Singh. Okay. I'm the counselor. I made a Zoom meeting. And now I'm going to actually even write in some more stuff in here. I'm going to add in the guest. I'm going to put in Nicole, who's the teacher. I'm going to write a little note here. Note will go here. That explains everything. And then I'll also put Susanna, because she is going to be the student in this case, or whatever. So Nicole's going to be the teacher. I hit save. It's going to happen at 1 o'clock on the 8th. I hit save. I send all that information off to the teacher. Now we're going to show you what it looks like on your end, because you're going to get these emails and you'll need to know what it looks like.
I'm going to show you what it looks like from the email. So you're going to be getting an email. So if you take a look here, here's Mark's email. And then from the email side, you'll be able to see the note. So we want you to make sure you look down here. So there may be a note just indicating that this is a scheduling appointment and that you're not, as the teacher, going to need to go to that meeting. It's just for the student and the counselor, but they wanted to make you aware of it. So here you have yes, maybe, and no. So you can just maybe hit maybe. And then on the calendar, you'll notice that on the 8th right here, this is the meeting that Mark invited me to. And I clicked maybe, so you have those diagonal lines going through. So when I click it again, I can also see the note here, and I can see who's going to the meeting, who said no, and who said maybe.
If you get these kinds of meetings, these kinds of emails, you'll see, and that will help you understand the purpose behind them. We think the way that you should respond is by saying maybe. You're not really going to go into that meeting. It's just a way of putting it into your calendar so you remember.